Onegaishimasu. Let's start with some mindful practice. Mindful of our body and our body shape. Mindful of our breathing. Our eyes are softly looking down so we can tune in, notice our body, notice our breathing. And if our mind is really jumpy, the monkey mind is active, we can quiet and focus that jumpy mind by focusing more on our posture, more on our breathing. So we can count our breaths to help us be more focused if our monkey mind is jumping all over the place. So in your mind, you count your breaths. And each time you exhale, you release more and more tension. Okay, let's do a little warm up from down here. So let's roll our shoulders back, up, forward and down. And we can have a little bending forward and back from the hips as we do that. Nice deep breath in as you bring the shoulders up. Big out breath as you bring the shoulders down. And rolling the other way. Good. Now, alternating shoulder rolls, that'll get our spine moving in a different way. Nice, good breathing the whole time. Good. And stretch the shoulders and arms. And then just swinging your arms and crossing in front. Good. And turning at the waist. Just like we do standing. Swing those arms around. And then we'll do the human sprinkler action as well. It's like you're shaking off water off your fingers. Good. Let's work the neck a little bit down and up. Breathing into your abdomen as you do that. Side to side. And looking over the shoulder, turning your body a little bit. Good. And roll your head in a circle forward like this. Like you're drawing a circle on the wall in front of you with your nose. And draw a circle on the wall the other way. Good. And now roll your chin along the chest. Good. Samunichi to the front corners. Still using your hips here. So I'm rocking forward on my hips, turning my hips forward to send the arms forward. So my back is still straight. Good. Let's sit on our butts. And stretching in front. Stretching those legs. It's really important, especially if you're doing a lot of sitting. Stretch those legs and hips out. And over to one side. Other side. Turn and reach. And in front again. Bring your feet in. Hold your toes, push your knees down to the floor, keep your back straight. If that's real easy for you, then use your elbows to push your knees even more down. Bend forward at the hips so your back is still straight. You can push those knees down with your forearms and elbows. And a little further out, same thing. Elbows pushing the knees down. Nice, good breathing the whole time. And straight feet, reach up, reach forward, grab the toes, and pull your body forward. You should feel that stretch in the backs of your legs. Good, cross, roll your ankle, just using your foot and ankle on its own. And then use your hand. Good, a little stretch. Just like we stretch the wrists often, same sort of stretches for the ankle. Then take loose fists, open loose fists, tap. That wakes up the nervous system, wakes up the body, and then shake it loose, and then switch. So first, just the foot on its own. Other way. Then with the hand. And some stretching. And tapping. Shake it loose. Good. And grab the toes or the side of the foot, stretch it, and the other foot. Then come into a deep squat. You want your feet flat, totally flat feet, and put one fist into the palm. This is often called a martial salute. Fist in the palm, elbows on the inside of the knees, and use your elbows to push those knees out. If that's real easy for you, put your hands on the floor or on your feet and use your elbows to push those knees out. Okay, now, I don't think there's a Shiko on the programs we've been working on lately. So let's do a little bit of Shiko to make sure that we keep that skill and also that we're keeping the legs and ankles, feet and toes nice and limber. If we don't use parts of our body, they start to get tight. So we want to keep everything loose and limber. So let's do some Shiko. Remember, Shiko is about learning to move your body from your hips. So we're turning our hips. We don't want to pull up. We don't want to bob up and down. We're just turning our hips real strong. So let's do some Shiko. Take your time to have good form. Remember, knee and hand go together. Try not to pull your body up to swing the leg through. You just turn the hips really strongly. Remember that back foot stays close to the front foot, like they're tied together. Then try some Irimi Tenkan Shiko, where you come in and turn, come in and turn, come in and turn. and then some backward shiko. Yushiro shiko, without falling back, without leaning back. Strong focus forward, keeps you nice and straight. Ushiro shiko. Okay, coming up. Okay, let's work on 13th Q program. So some review on Charlotte's program. Hami no Kamai, ready stance. So that front knee should be bent a little bit. Forward stance. So Charlotte, this is a review for your earlier program, junior 13th Q, because when you grade, when you test, we'll be demonstrating the whole 13th Q program. So let's review very quickly and briefly a few techniques from your earlier program. Good Hami no Kamai. So senpai, I'm looking for a really good crisp form and shape. So senpai should be working on all the details. Senpai, make sure your front knee is bent. Waist a little bit forward. Okay, now, Charlotte, for your program, we switch Hanmi. We switch stance. So remember, that's the back foot comes up, and we stay at the same level by keeping our knees bent. We don't want to bob up and down. Ready? Switch. 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 Very good. That's good, Charlotte. Senpai, all three of you are looking very sharp. Very good. Okay, moving on. A real quick review. The footwork, Irimi Sugiyashi. So Charlotte, I'll give you a quick review. Irimi Sugiyashi, front foot moves offline, turn 45 degrees. Stay in a forward stance, weight slightly forward. Keep your extension, keep the weight forward. Okay, here we go. Left leg forward. So each knee, san, keep good extension. Shi, go. Senpai looking good. Roke. Okay, Charlotte, that's looking very, very good. I especially like at the end of your movement, your back is so nice and straight. You're staying in a forward stance. That's really, really good. There's only one little detail I can think of. I'd like you to move your leg a little bit more when you first move that front leg. It's getting out of the way. So when you move that front leg, move it a little bit more. So if there's someone coming, you're getting off the line. We call it getting off the line, getting out of the way. So all I want to see is you move that front foot a bit more to really make sure, yeah, that's right, to really make sure you get out of the way. But everything else is looking super good. You're keeping your back straight. You're keeping your hands out, protecting your space, keeping your front knee bent. That's all looking good. So let's see a few more. Ready? Same side. Each. Exactly, Charlotte. A few more. Knee. Senpai is looking sharp today. San. That's nice and quick. Titus, very good. Shi. Yeah, solid, very quick. Go. Everybody's looking good, and Charlotte's keeping her hands out. Very good. So let's do a review on the other side. Other leg forward. So remember, offline, get out of the way, and then turn. Keep your front knee bent. Keep your extension. Here we go. Each. Knee. San. Shi. That's it, Charlotte. You're taking that step offline. Very, very good. Go. Oh, senpai must have taken their vitamins today because all the senpai are looking really good, really sharp. Roke. Nice, senpai. Seach. Wow, Charlotte, very nice. One more. Hutch. Charlotte, that's fantastic. If you're doing that good on all the techniques, wow, you're ready for your next promotion for sure. That's really sharp. Let's do the next footwork. So that was just Irimi Sugiyashi. Now we're doing Irimi Ayumiyashi. So we just did Sugiyashi, now Ayumiyashi. That's right, it's the back foot. So let's start with the right leg forward. Right leg forward, forward stance, front knee bent. So that the back leg's gonna come offline. Back leg comes up and offline, and then the turn to 45 degrees. Okay, let's do the first few together. Each. Stay to forward stance, front knee bent. Good extension. Knee. Yeah, keep that front knee bent. San. Shi. Go. Roke. Good. Everybody's doing so well. I want to do a few where I come towards the camera so that you can time it. Okay, so same side, I'm going to do a few where I come towards you. And I want to see if you can still look at just as good when you have to move in time. So you want to make sure you don't lose anything, like maybe you'll lean forward because you're in too much of a hurry, or maybe you'll lean back because you're trying to get out of the way. So let's see if you can be just as straight, just as extended, just as sharp as you all of you look now. But now from an attack. Nice turn, Charlotte. Senpai, that was very good. A couple more like that. Yes. One more. Charlotte, your movement's getting really strong. Now let's do the other side. Irimi Ayumiyashi. Left leg forward. So the back leg comes offline, gets out of the way, and you turn. Let's do a few together. Forward stance. Each. Knee. San. Forward stance. Shi. Go. Okay, I'm coming towards you. Yeah, strong turn, Charlotte. That's it. All the senpai are keeping the extension. Very, very good. Protecting your space. Couple more. Nice. Fantastic. Okay, a couple more in the 13th Q program. Tenkon. Remember, Tenkon is the back leg going back. Back leg going back. Keep the front leg bent so that knee is safe. A locked knee or straight knee is a weak knee and vulnerable knee. Can be hurt very easily. Bend the knee solid, just like an elbow. If it's totally straight, locked, it can be hurt easily. If it's bent, it's very strong, solid. So back leg, throw behind you while you keep your extension, keep your hami no kamae. Okay, ready? Each. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rok. Sich. Okay. Okay. Just need to correct something just a little bit. So Charlotte, keep doing the leg around behind. You do the first one correctly. That's good. And then keep doing that. Okay. Yeah, keep doing that. Okay. Each. Ni. That's it, Charlotte. San. Senpai, keep your extension. Hutch. Ku. Ju. Charlotte, it's much, much better. Okay, now switch to the other side, other hanmi. So back leg goes behind you and keeps on going. Ready? Each. Keep your extension, senpai. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rok. Charlotte, it's so much better. Sich. Hutch. Good, especially the last couple, senpai, were very good. Now Tenkai. Charlotte, remember what Tenkai is? We just did Tenkan. Now we do Tenkai. Tenkai is just pivoting. We just pivot. Forward stance, forward stance, forward stance. Okay, here we go. Ready? Each. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Rok. Sich. Hutch. Ku. Ju. Very good, everyone. Okay, let's do one more from Charlotte's program. Tai no Henko. So that's where we imagine partners grabbing the wrist. And we get offline and turn. We finish like Minucci, but palms up. So front foot comes offline. Big turn. Full Tenkan. So front foot comes offline, and it's a full Tenkan. And we stay there for 3 seconds to show our posture. Front knees bent, back straight, elbows forward. This is just like Minucci, but the palms are up. Okay, let's do a few together. Each, get offline first. Knee. Keep your hand in front of your center so they can't pull your arm away. Your power zone's in front of your hips, not beside. Keep it in front so they can't take it away from you. Shi. Forward stance the whole time. Go. That's right, Charlotte. Rok. Sich. Hutch. Charlotte, that's correct. So let's do the other side. Left side forward. So your partner would be grabbing the outside of your wrist like that. So we get offline with the front foot and then a full Tenkan. Keep the elbows in front. That protects your space. Front foot, left foot offline. Tenkan or turn. Good. Ready? Each. Knee. San. Shi. Very good, Charlotte. Those are strong turns. Go. Rok. Good job, senpai.
Okay. Now, Senpai's program. So Charlotte, that is very, very good. So we've reviewed your previous program, Junior 13th Q, which you've already passed and got your rank on. That was your red stripe, your last red stripe. And we just reviewed that whole earlier program. You're doing great on that. So we don't really have to review anymore. So the next class or two, we'll do your newer program to make sure we haven't forgot about those. So that's front roll from standing, back roll from standing, the kokyudosa on the floor, right? So some things we have to make sure we haven't forgotten about. And when you can show me that you're doing those as good as what you did today, you're ready for your next stripe. To be a yellow stripe. Yellow stripe, your second yellow stripe. Okay, so Senpai, let's work on reviewing palm heel strikes. And then probably Friday, we'll work on your boken work again. Okay, we'll move right into a stance, ready stance. Okay, so forward stance, hands up in your guard position. So hands are protecting the face and jaw, elbows protecting the body. Okay, so we're not going to do footwork yet. We're just going to turn the hips and send the front hand out. Yeah, so Charlotte, this is really good to know. This is really good self-defense, important self-defense. Striking with the bottom of the palm, right? That's the hardest part. Not the palm itself, because then you'll bend your wrist back and that will hurt. Bottom. Yeah. You can bang the bottom parts of your, palms together. It's solid. That's what we're hitting with. And we're going to use our hips for power. Our legs and hips are always the power, not the arms. Okay. So ready stance, guard position. So instead of here, that's traditional martial arts. How we hold the sword, how we hold the staff. In Aikido, traditional martial arts, we're here. In boxing, we're here. So we'll take this from boxing and we're protecting the face a bit more. Okay, so we're going to turn the hips. Remember, Senpai, don't just throw the arm out. Turn the hip, pushing up that back heel. So let's start a few slows. So it goes out, make sure the elbow's a little bit bent. So Charlotte, we don't want to lock the elbow, right? A little bit bent, just like Minucci. And back. In fact, this is just like Minucci, but it's turned a little bit, palm forward. This would be Minucci, where it's angled a bit. So Tegatana, hand blade, is forward. It's just like Minucci, one arm Minucci. But I'm going to turn the hand a bit more, so I'm using the whole heel of the palm, flat part of the palm, the bottom. Not the blade right now. That's Shomen. Ryokumen uses the blade too. Minucci uses the blade. This is a different kind of strike, palm heel strike. Okay. Remember, other hand stays out here protecting the jaw. Let's do a few together. Each and back. Knee. Turn the hips. San. Shi. So Charlotte, right now we're using the other hand, the front hand right now, front hand. That's it. Go. That's it. I see Titus is using his hips. That's good. Roke. That's it, Siler. Seach. Hutch. Okay. Switch your stance, but keep your guard. Front stance. Each and back. Knee. San. That's right, Charlotte. Good. You're turning your hips. Nicely done. Go. Roke. That's it, Senpai. Seach. Hutch. Okay, switch your stance. Now, lead hand, turn your hips. Rear hand, turn your hips. So that looks like this. Turn the hips, turn the hips. Guarding the whole time. Keep your legs bent. So you're coming from good power and stability. Turn the hips, turn the hips. So 2 strikes on 1 count. Not going fast and hard yet, working on form and accuracy. Each, 1, 2. Knee, 1, 2. San, 1, 2. Sheet. That's right, Charlotte. Go. Bend your leg, senpai. Roke. Seach. Hatch. Keep your guard. Switch stance. Each, 1, 2. Knee, turn your hips, turn your hips. San, turn your hips, turn your hips. Shi, use your legs. Go. Roke. Seach. Hatch. So Senpai Titus and Senpai Seiler really getting a nice hip turn. Ku. Ju. Keep your guard, switch your stance. 1, 2, 3 strike. Lead hand, rear hand, lead hand. So I'm turning my hips, turning my hips, turning my hips, and back to guard. 3 strikes on 1 count. Each. 1, 2, 3. Knee. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you take your time to turn the hips. We're not playing patty cake. We're not doing arm stuff. We're not treading water. Hip turn, hip turn, hip turn. That throws the punch out, throws a strike out. So take your time to get the hip turn. Shi. Go. Roke. Seiler, good hip turn. Seach. Hutch. Ku. Good hip turn, Titus. Ju. That's it, Odin. Very sharp. Good hip turn there. Switch stance. 3 strikes on 1 count. Each. Knee. San, lead hand, rear hand, lead hand. Shi. All hips and legs, all hips and legs. Go. Roke. Seach. Hatch. Okay. We're going to slide in, straight in for lead hand strike and back. I slide in and back. So remember, as I slide in, drop that front foot on the ground. That's my power for the strike. I still turn my hips. See that? I turn my body, turn my hips to get more reach, more penetration, more power right through the target. So just like we do for Shomanuchi, Yokonuchi, as that foot lands, that's my power. I use all that power and weight, except it's the front foot that's stepping and dropping, stepping and landing. So when that foot lands, that's the power for my strike. I'm still turning my hip, so it looks like this. And back and cover. I slide forward, turn the hips back. I slide forward, turn the hips back. Okay, here we go. So we're getting in and out. Each. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rope. Guard up. Switch stance. In and out. Each. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Roke. Seach. Hutch. Oh, Senpai, I'm not seeing any of you sliding forward. You're getting some hip turn in there. That's good. That's right, Seiler. Now, Charlotte, you did very good. You're sliding in and sliding out. That's it, Charlotte. So Senpai, we need to see you slide in, slide out. So you enter in and get back out. Enter in, get back out. Ready, Senpai? Each. Knee. That's it. San. Much better, senpai. Charlotte, you got it. Okay, now slide in, 1, 2, slide back. So it looks like this. Slide in, 1, 2, slide back. So remember, I still turn my hips. I slide in, turn my hips, slide back, protecting. I slide in, turn my hips, slide back. Here we go. Each, turn, back. Knee, slide in, turn, back. Sheet. Go. Roke. Siege. Hatch. Very good, senpai. Switch stance. 2 strikes on each count. Slide in, slide back. Use your hips. Each. Knee, hip turn, and back. San, hip turn, and back. She, enter, and back. Go. Roke. Siege. Hutch. Seiler, that's lots of good hip turn. Very good, very good. Okay, 1, 2, 3 strikes on each count. Hip turn, I slide in. Hip turn, I slide back. I slide in, lead hand, rear hand, lead hand, I slide back. Here we go. 3. Each, 1, 2, 3, slide back. Knee, 1, 2, 3, slide back. San, use your hips. She, go. So Charlotte, we're going to do a slide step, not a full step right now. Full step is good. Nothing wrong with a full step. But right now we're doing a slide step. So the front foot stays front. That's it. Go. Roke. Siege. Hatch. Switch stance. Each. Knee. San. She. Go. Roke. Okay. Good review for everybody. Good review for Charlotte on her earlier program. Excellent review for senpais. Looking good. Misogi. Breathe in deep through the nose. Breathe out all the way through the mouth. Open, expand the body. You breathe out, settle and relax the body. Send the mind out. Bring the mind back to your